So basically our talk is about writing Ruby Hovu Deve. So when we first time saw that Deccan RubyConf is happening and overall theme is about Hovu Deve, Marathi and related stuff. So we had this old idea related to writing Ruby in Marathi, and we wanted to really give that a try, and so created a talk around it. So me, Ratnadeep, my Twitter handle is RTDP, and with me is Aniket Auti. Aniket Auti, you can find him on Twitter. And we both work at Raining Clouds Technologies. We are co-founders at Raining Cloud Technologies, and we work on a product called App Surfer. So the product is more about running Android in browser. It's cool. You should check that. Yes, the first important point is about Marathi. So how many people here do not understand Marathi? Okay, okay. And how many do not understand Marathi or even Hindi? So we do not have anyone like that, yeah. Yeah, in that case I would have said that this is Marathi written in Marathi, otherwise like. So talk is pretty simple. We will discuss what and why, what it's about, why we are doing this. Then while doing that we had very funny stories related to keyword conversions and translations and related to that. So stories, then we will have how we basically created what we will show in next few slides. And then it's not fully complete, few of the hacky ways are there. So the problems that are present in there and the future that we see for something like this. Yes, so basically what and why. So few days back, like not few days but few years, like 2 years back, when I was telling my youngest brother that he should learn Ruby, he should get introduced to programming. He was only in the gamings by then. So I recommended him Kids Ruby, and more of his questions were related to the meaning of the words, like def. He didn't know what the def is. I said him definition of what, of function and things like that. There are many other keywords which are in English and they are not that easy to understand. So that's the first time when we thought about having a language which is available in Marathi. So the basic point like back then was not to create something which can be professionally written in Marathi, but at least to have something so that it can be used for the educational purpose, and that will help people understand the way logics are built, the way programs are built. So even if the people running with the Marathi, when they will switch to doing it professional way, they will have to learn English that can be understood, but what we can say, the fun of doing programming, the fun of solving the challenging solutions will be available to them in their native language, which can be felt. So that failed thing will be explained when we will see the actual programs. So let's start with the hello world. When we code in a Ruby, we always tell other people that writing hello world in Ruby is very simple. Like you just go there and do puts hello world, that's it. Especially for Java and C type of people when they write classes and all. So that's the hello word, chap, namaskar. And the most important part is it works. That chap namaskar works. So as we were discussing, this can be really interesting and fun way for education and to learn new languages. We decided to have few code snippets which introduce the basic concepts in Ruby and convert them into the Marathi, and everything is interesting. So let's start with loops. So first is for. Here is a for, yeah. So really interesting stories about conversion. It's readable, right? Yeah. So यासाठी, so in general if you translate the for, it's more of Sati, only Sati, but Sati has again different meanings in Marathi. May it be like 60s or something like that, right? But the actual meaning that they want for in English is that for something like this, do that, right? So in that sense, this sounds a little better. Like yaसाठी, a is your I. So in Marathi, you did a अधिक ब equal to something, right? A अधिक ब equal to आठवत नाही. इक्वल टूला काय म्हणायचं आपण बरोबर अ अधिक ब बरोबर क असं काहीतरी करायचं आपण बरोबर. सो यासाठी अ आत 1 ते 4 सो त्या रेंज मधून सो द नंबर्स आर स्टील इन इंग्लिश. वी हॅव अ स्टोरी रिलेटेड टू दॅट. ही विल एक्सप्लेन दॅट. सो 1 to 4 अ विल बी 1 2 3 4 इन दॅट अँड द एंड इज शेवट. छाप as you know that's puts, right? And there is a zar, so that zar is not for is for, that's just a to make that a good masala. I will show when that program will execute what that comes out to be. Let's run that. 3 examples. 4. Yeah, so that's the output. If you remember and if you see a lot of Marathi movies, that will strike. एक नहीं, दो नहीं, तीन नहीं, चार. You know the next line, right? So then next is while. So again, while has a very interesting story related to translation. So during that time is what the expected meaning is. If you see the translation in Marathi, that will be more of a ved or kalavadi. While is more of a kalavadi or ved. But when we use that in a programming language, that's not what we mean, ved or kalavadi, right? What we really mean is the English description would be during the time that. So if I write while true end, apart from crashing, it will mean that during the time that true is true, which is always will be, right? So that's the meaning we want. Let's see what we have for while. So these are two variables that I have declared. So who don't know, udhar means borrowings and the rokh means cash. So you have borrowings and cash, and your program is while borrowings are less than cash, while cash is less than borrowings, you have to pay, right? So that's written in Marathi. Ja darmyan, that's while. So it's not way, it's ja darmyan. Ja darmyan रोख हे कमी आहे उधारीपेक्षा. छाप आज रोख उद्या उधार. So that's again a Marathi party that's present in many of the Puneri shops. You should pay cash today, borrowings for tomorrow, right? And then rokh plus 1 and shevut. And yes, this too works. Yes. Next is case statement. So this has a like good translation in our Marathi. If you go to Google Translate, give it a case, it will say khatla. So khatla means when you have a case pending in courts, that's called a khatla. So the case in English has a lot many meanings related to that, both how it's used, may it be say verb or noun or anything else, or depending on context, right? So the meaning that we need here is about an instance of a particular situation, right? So the case meaning is, in this case you should do that, right? So how we write that in a program? Case, some variable, when this, when this, when this. So that's like in this case do this, when case is that do this, when case is that do this, right? In natural languages it's in that sense. So let's see what we have for case. Yes. So yeah. So the path is again a variable which equals to an array. That array has a different strings, Raja, Mantri and Chor, Sipahi. And then there is a method called on that. That's a piece. That's a shuffle. So So if you again go to Google Translate and give it shuffle, the translation for the shuffle will be chulbul. But that's not what we want. So the word piece is taken from the patte pisne. So we do the patte pisne thing, right? So that pisne variable is used there as a piece. And then we have last, shevatcha. So that we shuffle that array and the last elements from that, and that's our path. Next is our translation for case, which is tappa. Now if you see that in very much like English writing programmer who always code in English and then one day he switches to Marathi and looks at that and tappa, what's tappa? But if you think in a sense that there is a person who doesn't understand English that well and it's not his native language and he has not at all introduced to program until now, then think about it. So if you are talking in Marathi, how will you convey this meaning to him? जर तू राजा असशील तर तू असं करायला पाहिजे. हा एक गेम आहे. सो बेसिकली राजा मंत्री चोर सिपाही इज अ गेम. देर आर 4 players. What you do is you create राजा मंत्री चोर सिपाही named cheats and then you distribute those cheats and nobody knows who has which cheat, right? And then you open your cheats and everybody has a role in depending on what cheat they got. So what they have to do is the sipahi has to find the chore. He has to successfully guess who has got the chore cheat, right? And then you calculate every like stuff and related to that. So the point is, if you are to explain this to a Marathi understanding person in your natural language, how will you say या प्रसंगाच्या या टप्प्यावरती तू असं काहीतरी करायला पाहिजे, right? So the word we use in Marathi for the similar use case of a case is actually tappa. So या टप्प्यावर तू असं करायला पाहिजे होतं, right? So that's why the tappa is there. So tappa पात्र जेव्हा हे जेव्हा ते. So जेव्हा तू राजा असशील छाप आपण राजा आहात. जेव्हा मंत्री मंत्री. जेव्हा चोर चोर सापडला आणि सिपाही सिपाही. So let's play this game. Examples. चोर सापडला. We started with चोर actually. Mantri, and then we have again Mantri, okay, sipahi, so everything is covered now. So that's about the case. Then we have iterators. So one of the benefit of having this everything done with the Ruby is that Ruby is very fluent when it comes to language. If I had to create all of these things with the say Java, it wouldn't have been that much of fun to read it when it's done in Marathi, right? When we will have a case statements, decision statements and all, this will be more prominent looking at the code that how well it's well and easy it's to read Marathi. So in the iterators we have a times. Yes. So here we have it. 10 डॉट वेळा कर छाप गरगर 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 आणि शेवट 10 वेळा. येस 10 वेळा कर आणि छाप गरगर गरगर. Just imagine how fun it would be to teach Marathi programming to a kid. 10 वेळा कर गरगर गरगर. Yeah, and we have output as well. The next iterator is each. Let's see what we have for each. Yes. So we again have a array there. The array has a chidiya, tota, viman, and hathi. So that's again a game which kids play. So the game is about when you hear a word and the word references a thing which can fly, then you say ud. But if that thing cannot fly, then you don't say ud. So if somebody says chidiya, you say ud. That's right. Tota ud, right. Viman ud, right. Hathi ud, no, that's false. Hathi cannot fly, right. Yes, but our program is just not that intelligent. After that, control structures. So this one is also very interesting translation. We have a if, else and end. Yes. So again we have a variable which is a nashib, and the satya asatya is true and false. So true and false, the keywords become satya and asatya. Then again we piece them and then we get the first one of it. So that's a nashib variable, and we get jar nashib chhap tumhi nashibwan ahat. So that's a if a variable name, if a condition puts something, else is a kiwa, else puts चांगले नशीब पुढील वेळी. So I couldn't get a better translation for better luck next time. So that's a चांगले नशीब पुढील वेळी. And then end. Let's see how lucky we are. Yes, yeah, we are lucky. Next is if then else. So even if we have if else and end kind of a structure, we also, like Ruby also provides if then else. So like when to use if else versus if then else. It's just that when you like feel more like want to read that code, then if then else is very much readable or very much natural language close clone of that. So if we have that, so again I have a nashib variable satya satya. Nashib will have a satya or asatya, and then we have a if then else. So if you compare that to the English version, result is if condition then do this, else do this, and that this is single line, and end is missing there. Yes, and if you see the Marathi version, uttar is jar nashib tar jinklo kiwa harlo ani shewat. So actually the shewat comes a little bit odd in there, but that's okay. We are coding, not writing Marathi. Then we have a functions. Again, there is a fun with translation, but so basically def stands for a definition, and the definition is about function. Many languages use func or function keyword in full, and we have a def. If you see the translation of a definition, that comes out as a vakhya, but you cannot use vakhya as is. Then okay, then what? So our definition is for function. Then if you go and convert and see the translation of function, that's samarambha. So we cannot have samarambhs in our program, right? So, but then there is again one more translation related to functions, and that's karyakram. So we thought like we can take an inspiration from karyakram, and so we basically took karya from karyakram. And so this is how functions in Marathi look. Karya namaskar, it takes a variable named now, and then you do chhap namaskar, that's an interpolation, and you do the now in the string, and then shewat. So you have a namaskar. When you execute that function with the parameter of namaskar, it should say, you know, namaskar, Bandu. Yes, there we have it, right? Yeah. Classes and modules. So class, if you see translation again, that's a varg. Varg stands for a classroom, right? And if you see the English meaning of the word class, again the class means a class, like classroom class. But then it has again 3-4 meanings in the sense that you can classify things. So class also stands for classification, right? It also stands for classifying people in the grades. The hotel is a 5-star, it's best class hotel you can get, right? So the meaning that we want here is assign or regarding as a belonging to the particular category. So when we declare a class named, say, students, what we mean is we have some particular properties which are very much similar to the students, and we want to create objects similar to that property. So even if we have multiple instances of students, we can categorize them in a class and create a class out of that, so that we can create the instances, right? Let's see what we have in Marathi. Yes, Sacha. So when I first time told him that we translated that class into the Sacha, even Gautam didn't understand what Sacha means. So basically Sacha means mold. You use that to create other objects. You have a stationary full shape taken Sacha, and then you put other things in it to create the structures that you want. And if you teach students that programming is Sacha driven, or it's a Sacha based programming, or it's a Sacha oriented programming, they will understand it better, believe me. Because the Sacha, okay, I will show you image as well, so that will make it more clear. But what we have here is, we are declaring a class named Vidyarthi, which is prepended with a capital C, and many have guessed why that C is there, and he will explain more about that. And then there is a next method there. Line number 5, we have a Bahir Dakhav now. So can anybody guess what that Bahir Dakhav is? It's attribute accessor. So we discussed a lot about that attribute accessor thing, attribute reader, attribute writer. So बाहेरून वाचणं allowed करणं, बाहेरून write करणं allowed करणं वगैरह. And we thought that this one is a better. Then we have one more method in that. Karya pass झाला question mark, which returns a satya. So that's with convention. It returns a true or false and has a question mark. And it prints ho pass झाला whatever now is there. And then there are two shaywords, one to end the function, one to end the class. And then we have a instance, mulga equal to C vidyarthi dot naveen. Naveen is dot new. And then mulga dot now equal to, that now equal to method is available from Bahir Dakhav, and we assign it to Chintu, and then we have a mulga dot pass zala. Let's run it quickly. Examples we have class, PT class. Yes, Chintu pass zala. Done with class, that's a Sacha, and this is what Sacha looks like, right? Then about modules, again an interesting story. So if you go again to the translator and translate the module, the Marathi meaning is Avkashyaanacha Swayambhurna Bhag. There is no good word for module in Marathi. So then we again went out to see the inspiration, what module exactly means, what the meaning or what feel it gives in English, and see something that gives similar kind of a feeling in Marathi, right? So module has a meaning, each of a set of a standardized parts or independent units that can be used to construct a more complex structure, so that you create different modules and include them in classes, so that your classes can be enriched. And yes, we found a translation for that, which is gun. So it's kind of odd, but think of it in terms that you basically create a gun which has a multiple cars in it, and when you include that gun in your Sacha, you are basically being more gunwant. Now you will remember what modules means. And again, this will also convey the meaning very clearly, when to use module and when to use class. Nobody will confuse between Sacha and gun, right? So that's about classes. Then we have a standard library. So apart from basic keywords, we again have a very huge standard library in Ruby, and we are trying to convert that as well. So we have created a standard scripts which can basically scan through the standard library and create a YAML files for all the classes, and create a listing of all the class, public, private methods and things related to that, and we can basically add translations to it. I will show an example. I have created a math example where Ganit is basically math, and .sqrt is Vargamul. For those who don't know what Vargamul means, Vargamul is about square root, right? So math, Ganit.Vargamul will give you square root. Yes, we have 5. And then next is about how. So Aniket will explain about what we did basically in our approach.
Okay, that was more fun than we expected. But now this part is about how we made this thing. I come from that Java C-ish people he talked about, not really from a Ruby kind of background. So these are the three options that we had while building this. This is basically a hack together system. It's not a really well designed system. So first option was creating a DSL so that simple structures and loops etc. could be represented by a DSL and interpreted by Ruby. But that wouldn't really be Ruby and it wouldn't be a first class system of writing code. We would just giving them a toy to play with. There was other option of creating a preprocessor that would basically translate all these keywords and non-ASCII things to ASCII keywords and their related core library translations and function names. But again, the problem becomes that it is not a first-class solution there, and there might be many unforeseen problems that may come up. This is a solution that we are just putting out into the community and seeing, trying to see the response. If this is something serious, it would better be designed in a way that it can be used with better systems. And the third option was basically going native, changing the interpreter slightly in order to support the keywords that are available in Marathi or any other vernacular languages or any other language, so to speak. And when we say language, we basically mean a language and a different script. So when we are writing code, normally we expect a Latin script, but right now we are using Devanagari script, and there are many issues with that we can see. So the current architecture is this way. We have changed the 2.2 interpreter slightly. We have added more keywords that we need. So all that thing that zar, tehwa, etc. that you saw there were inserted into the Ruby interpreter, and the Ruby interpreter already has its own keywords and plus added keywords that we mapped there. So that keyword translation and a small tweak in Ruby interpreter in order to allow it to execute non-ASCII keywords. That is, the parser currently assumes that the code range is in ASCII range. So we had to change that and allow it to parse the Unicode based strings. And on top of that, we have written a simple gem called Ruby Vernac Marathi gem. So we expect that if somebody wants to build this up for Hindi or any other language with any other script, they can just use this gem as a base and add their own translations using a YAML, and they would create the required aliases and translations for them that could be loaded using require. So there are a few problems. Obviously, this is not even a 0.1 release here, and the problems, few of them are design related. That is, Ruby is case sensitive. So you saw the class name was prepended with a capital C, and the issue with that is that the class names have to start with a capital letter. And in Devanagari kind of scripts, there is no such thing as a capital or small structure. So if we have to do this in an interpreter way, we have to allow the interpreter to parse the other scripts without case sensitivity. And I have tried it with mixed results, but I guess with a bit more work, this could be done. Constants, again the same issue, capital small issue that is there. And the numbers is a tricky one because the numbers are basically passed as strings, then compared and then looked up from a table and inserted there. And it is something that could be done, but it would take a little bit of time to do it properly because the design of the interpreter is very tightly coupled, and you cannot really add your own numbers easily inside that. So the to-dos, if anybody is interested in this, is that adding translations into the current system and supporting more languages. editor, the one you saw was basically Adobe Brackets, yeah, and its own code editor. And in order to write in that, we need some kind of a transliteration system. We have tried to integrate Google Translate, but it has been already deprecated, and it is not properly integratable in that. So adding those features would be great for writing code. And the major things that I talked about supporting constants, case sensitivity, and adding numbers. If these three problems get solved, this thing can run, can allow you to write code in your own language with your own interpreter, and it's not much of an effort. So if anybody is interested and has enough competence in that area, it would be great if you could help.
Yes, the serious stuff is over again. So as I promised in my small introduction, that we will also have this keyword called Houde. So the Marathi keyword is Houde. What do you think is a good replacement for it in English? In our Ruby keywords, what do you think will replace good or work good for Houde? Huh? Eval? Okay. Okay. It's yield. So I have an example for that as well. Let me run that fast. So here I have a done. It's a small function called Houdenar. That function takes a block, cur shevert the block. It also accepts a parameter. The block accepts a parameter called shabd, and then it chaps that shabd. So this is the function that we have. This is the function that we have. Karya Houdenar. That's a Thoka is a block. I couldn't find a better replacement for that. And then we have a Nadthoda. So, yeah. So whenever that Houde sends that Nadthoda, let's just quickly run that. We are done. 20 Houde. Yes, we have a Nadthoda. Yep, Mandal aple abhari hai. So just to mark today's day. Yeah, just to mark the day, we also open sourced it. So do check the code, send suggestions. Thank you.